Hello and welcome to the next PHP object-oriented programming tutorial. Today we're going to look at class constants. Now these are values that never change within a class. So these aren't variables, these aren't properties, these aren't methods, these are constant values. Now in the previous tutorial, I should mention, we looked at getters and setters and magic methods to do property overloading. Basically these are the __ set and __ get. If you haven't seen that video, I would definitely recommend checking it out. I'll put a link in the description below as well as in the top right hand corner. I recommend viewing that because this tutorial might become a little bit more clearer. Okay, so class constants then. Like I said, these are values that never change within a class, and you can't change them from outside the class either. Now these are very handy when you've created a class that perhaps uses an API, and the API has a value, perhaps it's got a token or a key, and that value never changes throughout the lifespan of the class, and therefore it is a constant value, and so you can set that, you can hard code that within your class. Just for demonstration though, we're going to create some constant values here, and we're going to start by using the const keyword, and we need to have the name of the constant that we wish to set. So in this case we're going to have just company name, like so. We're going to equal that to just Acme, like that, and we're going to put the semicolon at the end, save the file, and you can see that the IDE here, my IDE, has noticed that this is a const keyword, and therefore that is italicized, so this is in italics. And I've also uppercased this. It's just basically my my standard. Whenever I write constants, I always put them as uppercase, and the properties are always camel case, and in the constants I've always got an underscore to denote a space. Okay, so we can access this from outside of the scope of the class, and we do this by, if I was to scroll right to the bottom, we could do this by just echoing out employee, and then : company name, and let's just save that and run the file. Okay, so we can see that we've got Acme that has been displayed. And so we're using employee because that's the class, : and then the constant name, and we're echoing it out. Now we can also access the variable from inside the scope of the class. I'm just going to comment that out, scroll to the top, and I'm going to do echo. And because we're inside the employee, we need to do self : company name, and so this is just going to echo out the company name when the class is instantiated. So let's just run that, and we can see that it has echoed that out as well. Let's just remove this line here and save that. Now what we can't do, however, is we can't set this constant value, because it is a constant value. Once it's been set in the class, it can never be changed. So we can't do this, for example. We can't save that. In fact, my IDE has put a nice red underscore or line underneath here to say that it just can't, it just fails. And it's because this equal sign is unexpected, because constants can't actually have their values change. So let's just clear that down, and run this just to demonstrate that we have an error. So it's unexpected equal sign, and that's because we cannot change its value once it's set in the class. Now we have two classes here. We have the employee and the person class, and the employee extends the person class. So let's just create a constant within the person class and see if we can access it from the employee class. So we're going to create a constant again, so the const keyword, and then the name, and we're just going to have I_color, and then we're going to equal that to be brown. Save that. Now can we access the eye color from within this employee class? Well, it's extending, so we must have access to these variables, these properties, and these methods because they're all public. We also have access to the constant, and we use what's called a parent keyword to access parent attributes or parent constants as well as parent methods. And we do that like so. If we were to do echo parent and then iColor, we can access the iColor from this constructor. And notice here we have parent : construct. This is running the parent constructor from this constructor. So let's just clear that down and run this as an example. And we can see that we have brown. We've accessed the brown constant, the iColor constant, from within this constructor, from within the employee person. Now, if we were to access iColor again, but from within, the person class, we would need to use self because we're referencing the class that we're in. So self iColor, and let's just echo that out as a demonstration. Whoops, if I can spell echo correctly. There we go. So let's clear this down and run it again. We can see that we have echoed out brown again, like so. And we cannot do, we can't, like I said before, we can't actually set the value, but we can access this value from outside of the scope of the class. So we can do employee : iColor. And the reason why we can do that is because of the class employee extends. So if I was to echo that, extends the person class. So employee has access to the iColor. Okay, so that's class constants. This is a quick demonstration of how we can create class constants and how we can use them. If you found this tutorial helpful, then do like the tutorial and share it around if you think others might find it useful too. If you've got any comments or questions, then leave them in the comment section below and I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks again for watching. I shall see you again next week. Thank you. Bye.